Yes, hello everyone. Let's read the question now. The area of the region, set of all ordered pair x comma y such that xy less than or equal to 8 and 1 less than or equal to y less than or equal to x squared is. So this is a very common question, very straightforward question. We have an area which is represented as the collection of uh, ordered pairs x comma y. So it's basically a region in the 2D plane. So we need to figure out what that region is, and afterwards you have to find the area bounded by that region. So it's a very straightforward question. Let's see what are the curves given here. So we have xy less than or equal to 8. To figure out the region, we have to check the corresponding equation. So we have xy is equal to 8. This is a rectangular hyperbola. And we have y is equal to x squared and we have y is equal to 1. Y is equal to x squared is a parabola which is passing through origin, which has vertex at origin. Y is equal to 1 is a line parallel to x axis. So we have three figures here. We have a rectangular parabola. We have we have a rectangular hyperbola. We have a parabola and we have a straight line. Fine. Now we have to find the region which satisfies these inequalities. So before that, we have to plot the corresponding equations. Okay. So, and before plotting, we need to check whether these guys are intersecting somewhere. So let's see if these people are intersecting. So that will give you a better idea before plotting the figures. So xy is equal to 8 and y is equal to x square. So when you put y is equal to x square, we have x cube is equal to 8. So x is equal to 2. So these two intersect at 2 comma y value is going to be 4. 2 comma 4. Now let's see whether these two intersect. So when you put y is equal to 1, we have x is equal to plus or minus 1. So these intersect at 1 comma 1 and minus 1 comma 1. Now let's see whether these two intersect. When you put y is equal to 1, we have x is equal to 8. So they intersect at 8 comma 1. Okay. Now we need to draw the three figures. So xy is equal to 8 is going to be a rectangular hyperbola. Okay. And then we have a parabola, but when you're drawing it, you have to make sure that these two intersect, and the intersection point is 2 comma 4. So we have a parabola, and of course there is an intersection point, that is 2 comma 4. And there is another line y is equal to 1, and this line intersects the parabola at 2 points and intersect the rectangular hyperbola at another point 8 comma 1. So we have this case. So this is a point here, a point here, a point here. Right? So this represents the curve y is equal to x squared. These two branches are xy is equal to 8, xy is equal to 8. Okay, and this is our line y is equal to 1. Okay, now let's look at the inequalities. We have xy less than or equal to 8, xy less than or equal to 8. Okay, xy is equal to 8 will represent all points on the rectangular hyperbola. Xy is equal to 8 is going to represent the curve, which means what? It will represent the curve means what? It will represent all points on the curve. So this curve is basically dividing the region into two. Okay, so there is a region between the two branches of hyperbola, and there are regions which is outside the hyperbola, right? So let's see which region is that. It's easy if you just directly substitute origin. If you put 0, 0, it is obvious that it is satisfied. 0, 0 satisfies this condition. So it is nothing but the region containing the origin. Okay, that is very easy to check. Otherwise, what you can do is, for the positive case, y value is less than or equal to 8 by x. Okay, so we need to choose all those points whose y coordinates are below 8 by x. So this is our curve, y is equal to 8 by x. So y value is below 8 by x means what? This region. Okay. Similarly for the negative case. So basically it's the region, I'll give a different color. Basically it's the region between the two branches of the rectangular hyperbola. Okay. Now we have We have y is equal to x square, and we have to check y less than or equal to x square. Y less than or y is equal to x square is this curve. Y less than or equal to x square, it means what? Below the parabola, because y value has to be less than x square. So that will be this region. And at the same time, your y value has to be greater than or equal to 1. So it should be above the line but below the parabola. Above the line, below the parabola. So that will be, so just a minute. This region includes this small region as well. Okay. Now we have to choose the region which is above the line, below the parabola. So above the line and below the parabola will be these regions. Okay. Now you have to take the intersection of all this. Now you see that there are two regions satisfying these common conditions. See, the first region is going to be this part. This is the first region. Okay, this region. And there is another region here. There is another region here. Okay. Now there is a confusion. Why? Because see, this is a bounded region. Okay. When you evaluate the area, it is going to give you a finite number, but this is an unbounded region. Okay. So these people, this question paper setters, they have not mentioned whether to take this area or this area, but it is understood that you have to choose the bounded area. Okay, because there is no point in evaluating an unbounded area. It is going to give you an infinity as the answer. Okay, so forget about this. Ideally, they should have mentioned that in the question, but they have not mentioned it. So don't worry about it. Let's try to evaluate the bounded area, this area. Okay, now I'm going to draw a better figure. I'm going to draw a neat figure. So you have a neat figure here. You can see that there are two regions. The first region is the region between two branches of the rectangular hyperbola. The other region is the region between y is equal to 1 and y is equal to x square. Okay, and the intersection is going to give you two parts, this part and this part, and we have seen that this part is the bounded one, that is the unbounded one, and we are planning to evaluate only this part, right? Now the integration part is very simple. Okay, you can either integrate along x-axis or you can integrate along y-axis. Okay, let's try to do both ways. Let's try to integrate along x-axis. When you are integrating along x-axis, when you're trying to integrate along x-axis from 1 to 2, so this part is what we need to evaluate. So from 1 to 2, the curve, the first curve is the parabola. So that is x squared minus the second curve is 1. Okay, plus the second part of the area is integral from 2 to 8. The upper part of the curve is 8 by x minus 1 dx. Okay, so this is going to be x cube by 3 minus x from 1 to 2 plus this is 8 log x minus x evaluated from 2 to 8. So this is 2 cube minus 1 cube by 3 minus 2 minus 1 plus 8 log 8 minus 2, that is 8 log 8 by 2 minus 8 minus 2. So this is going to be 7 by 3 minus 1 and there is minus 6 here plus that is 8 log 4, that is 16 log 2. 16 log 2. Now this value is going to be 16 log 2. 7 by 3 minus 7 is minus 14 by 3. So 16 log 2 minus 14 by 3 is our answer. 16 log 2 minus 14 by 3 is our answer. Okay. Now, if you wanted to integrate along y-axis, there will be just one integral. Okay. Now, if you think along y-axis, this is the curve on the, this is the first curve, this is the second curve. Okay, and the integral goes from 1 to 4, right? I'll write that expression as well. So that is going to be integral 1 to 4. You're integrating along y-axis. So the top curve is x is equal to a by y minus, and the bottom curve is x is equal to root y dy. So that is going to be 8 log y from 1 to 4 minus y raised to 3 by 2 by 3 by 2, that is 2 by 3 y raised to 3 by 2 from 1 to 4, right? So this is going to be 8 log 4 by 1, so 16 log 2 minus 2 by 3 into 4 power 3 by 2 minus 1, so that is 7. So 16 log 2 minus 14 by 3. Again, you got the same answer, right? So it's a pretty simple question, straightforward question. Of course, there is a small confusion, but you have to understand that this will give you the finite area and that needs to be evaluated in the question, even though it is not explicitly mentioned that it has to be chosen. Okay, so there is some scope for confusion, but don't worry about that. I don't know what exactly happened in the exam afterwards, whether they have given mark for everyone or something like that, but it is understood that you have to choose the bounded area, right? Okay then.